Hello, my name is Michelle Daniels. Today I would like to address the Monroe County Democratic Committee Legislative District leaders while bringing light to a situation that you might not be aware of. As a person who has been a strong supporter of Democrats locally and nationally, it is unnerving that I currently have to sue MCDC for unjust enrichment for a total of $22,500. As a former MCDC supporter, committing my time, money, home, and other resources to the organization, it concerns me that MCDC's budget is being used to pay lawyers over unnecessary lawsuits, especially during an election year. To date, Chairman Zachary is responsible for having wasted at least $5,101.19 of your funding to fight a strong supporter that this local party has lost due to his actions and inactions. What is this lawsuit about? There are two separate issues at play here. First, I paid $7,500 for 3 tables to seat 24 people for the 2020's Mayor's Ball. The ball never occurred. Although the previous chairperson has requested the new chairperson to issue refunds for the canceled ball, I was informed that I was not going to get it because MCDC had insufficient funds. As it was not my issue that they prematurely spent funds for an event that didn't happen, I secured legal counsel. How is it possible that a highly supportive, previously committed donor can be told that they can't attend an event that they fully paid for and that the $7,500 that was paid was going to be pocketed by the event provider who never held that event? As a unit, what message is MCDC sending its high donors? The second is for my $15,000 contribution to MCDC's Chairman's Club, a club I was enticed to join because I was assured that MCDC was finally serious about working on uniting the rifts in the local Democratic Party, especially when it came to Black and brown people. The second reason why I decided to sign on for the highest tier level was because of the promise of increasing voter registration, protecting voter rights, and amplifying voters' will and voices. These are the areas that I have been intimately involved in for over a decade nationwide. When I brought evidence that the will of the voters was being suppressed by a local elected official and a covert unnamed elite group to Chairman Zachary, he refused to talk about it. Moreover, he has ignored the evidence. In the past 2 years, I have seen him go above and beyond to disrupt unity within the local Democratic Party. I have documentation and people to confirm these allegations. One receipt is so obvious. County legislator of the 27th District, Sabrina Lamar, handily won her seat under the Democratic line. It was clear that the voters wanted her as she bested her opponent's votes by 8 times. On the Monroe County government page, she is listed as a Democratic legislator. However, if you go to the MCDC page, you will see that the whole site has scrubbed any trace of Democratic County legislator and president Sabrina Lamar.
It doesn't matter how you feel about a person. A Democratic chair does not have the right to choose who of our elected officials are Democrats or Democratic enough. The people chose. So why isn't Sabrina Lamar listed under your Democratic elected officials column on the MCDC webpage? Why is the 27th District being penalized by MCDC? The District 27 voters spoke, and MCDC should be respectful about that fact. This was not an oversight, as Zach has been asked about this several times, and he has flat out refused to give the first African American to receive the second highest position in the county, president of the county legislature, credit. This is the type of pettiness that Zachary has rested his character on. The people spoke with their ballot. No elected officials should be excluded from public, private, Democratic events. Yet I have multiple instances of multiple Black officials who have been excluded from general events for the past 2 decades. Over the years, people have trusted me with confidential information that I can only partially present. These whistleblowers wanted to remain anonymous. Just recently, many have agreed to submit affidavits to the court to confirm the validity of my claims of disunity for public record. Mind you, I have been involved with receiving and collecting information about local politics since 2007. If I am called to write an affidavit or testify, there is a lot of potential embarrassing and compromising information that can be exposed about previous, current, and future elected Democratic officials. I prefer not to go that route. But under oath, I will have no choice but to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Zachary is forcing my hand by trying to dismiss my case and attempting to deny me an oral argument. I will never keep quiet. When there is an attempt to silence me, my voice will only amplify louder. If you look at my Facebook post from November 16, 2019 concerning Bello and the Cable Act, I was so excited about the possibility of unity that I called it a new day. Morelli, Feldler, Bello, all standing together fighting against a wrong. The party's direction was moving toward unity. On my July 31st, 2020 post, Morelli calling Lamar's employer, I warned the party of a possible implosion due to infighting. I called for unity then. That has always been my calling. Fight for unity and for disadvantaged folks who just need a chance. Unfortunately, my prediction came true. MCDC Chairman Zachary John King is currently trying to hide behind election law. I am standing with God's law. Thou shalt not steal. I will not stop to collect the funds that have unjustly enriched MCDC. I will not stop until this is resolved in a fair manner. So whether this current case is win, lose, or draw, if it is not fair, I will continue to recoup funds outright or until I feel that MCDC has paid at least the equivalent amount via other means. Again, MCDC Chair has spent over $5,101.19 from your funds to fight this lawsuit. I don't care if I spend 10 times the value of the initial damages to get the money back. To me, this is not about money. It is about principle.
At this time, there is no corrective action that can be achieved between myself and Zachary John King due to his lack of leadership, disruption of unity, and poor regard to donor relations. His only course of action is to deny me the funds and to try and stop my oral arguments in a court of law. My course of action is to give the money to help the most disadvantaged people in this county, as I have a history of doing. I pledge today that the funds I get from this suit will go to Action for a Better Community. It is hard to dispute that they are instrumental in helping those of us in need, so we are now at a crossroads. Either MCDC can return the money back so that it can help people, as I originally intended, or handle this in a highly public and well-documented fashion. I assure you that if we do the latter, MCDC will be paying a lot more than $22,500 when you add up the legal expenses for this and future cases, inquiries, investigations, complaints, and public relations specialists for the next decade. I was willing to discuss the payment plan with Zach until he began to act with deceptive and elusive behaviors. If a committee leader with an objective view for fairness is willing to discuss a payment plan before the judge's decision or any reasonable alternative, I would be open to that discussion. However, as long as Zach is at the helm of this journey, it will only be a disservice to the financial interests of the party and your reputation with the voters and donors. It is not my goal to harm the local Democratic Party. This is why I'm coming to you directly, in hopes of averting a predictably damaging future. If you would like to discuss my position on this matter further, please feel free to contact me. Thank you for your time and care in this matter. Please have a blessed and safe day.